Dragon Ball Z card strategy here. We're showing you off one of our local matches. This would have been a little while back, earlier in the month. This would have been Justin on Malik. Red Ascension Trunks versus Namekian Knowledge Nail. Now, as you know, Nail's Namekian Knowledge build tends to be more of a utilitarian deck, not necessarily a speed MPPV deck, but also like a hybrid beatdown. Red Ascension Trunks is 100% MPPV. He can very, very mildly beat down, but not so much. Let's just say that that's not what he's worried about. Okay, good old Justin wins the first roll. He draws his first 3 cards. Looks like he drew a block. And looks like a chin grab. He's going to go ahead and skip his first turn. Rejuvenate knee block, raises anger automatically with the Namekian Knowledge effect. Okay, Malik draws out a Trunk Sword play drill. I might be giving it the old name from Scorzy. And then passes and rejuvenates, looks like a red duck. Okay, he does power up. Justin begins his second turn. Okay, looks like he's got actually a pretty good assortment of cards to be able to work with. No Dragon Balls to be able to manipulate, but for what he's got there, it's actually not bad at all. Justin here has like I said, a good selection of things. Got Confrontation, Nails Heritage, so he has ample blocks, some mild offensive stuff. In fact, since he's probably not going to be able to do a whole lot of damage to Malik, given the hand that he has, he probably would concentrate on slowing down Malik's anger gain. So anything he targets with Confrontation should be something anti-anger, as opposed to trying to weaken Malik's defense. Okay, Malik uses his sword, Trunks Drill to go ahead and grab a sword card as they enter combat. Now he's going to draw his actual 3 for the turn, so he does have a hand of 5. Confrontation is going to be vitally important to slow some of that down. Okay, looks like he's got Double Strike, Sword Strike, Red Destiny, Red Surrounding Beams. I'd say of the whole bunch, I'd probably say Red Double Strike is actually the most dangerous, because he can get 4 anger out of that card. Each shot, like we said, raise anger 1, double it to 2, then again double it to 2, and he's got 4 anger with the use of 1 card. And he makes the wisest choice, gets rid of Red Double Strike. That card's, of course, shuffled into his deck. And then, of course, Justin's now aware of just how many attacks Malik is going to have, and that his Nails Heritage is probably going to get both shots used up during this combat, unless he's willing to eat some of the damage. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Justin forgot to power up. I realize he should be at 9 power stages if 2 turns have passed. His initial turn and then this one. He's going to use Red Slide. Okay, he's going to go ahead and raise his anger 1 level from the physical attack, and then that's the one that says that his drills are not lost upon leveling during the combat. He said if you're red and like to hold on to your drills, you got to have cards like that. Okay, he's going to go ahead and take the damage with the stages. Utilizing your stages this way is actually not a too bad of idea. And he's also aware he has to use up some of the stages right away. He's going to fire off Onslaught, raise his anger, Rejuvenating Confrontation. You remember, of course, Namekian Knowledge lets you raise your anger automatically upon rejuvenating a combat. Okay, Malik does not have a block. He takes 4 life cards of damage and does not encounter any endurance. Okay, he's going to raise his anger 2 levels from the effect of Red Sword Stab. Again, level 1 Trunks doubling the anger gain on it. Okay, he is going to stop it with the use of good old Nails Heritage. At this point, yes, fantastic. So Justin did the smart thing. He rejuvenated Nails Heritage to raise his anger 1 level during the process and place it to the bottom, and that took up an action. That's the hard part. I forgot he still had Red Surrounding Beams, and it was just perfect to level, and the attack actually becomes unstoppable. So I guess in the long run, it would have been worth wasting the second shot of Nails Heritage. He's able to go and use 2 Endurance and does not take critical damage. Okay, he uses that's right. Level 1 Nails Power still does damage when if your opponent stops it, they still lose the top card of their life deck.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and use my mastery. Okay, straight top. I skip. And that'll raise my year 1. You skip. I'm gonna go ahead and pass.
Okay, so you used the Red Ascension Mastery, pulled out a banished to red style card, forcing Justin to skip. It eventually ends up back in his hands. He hits him with, of course, Heal Kick, which is going to do 4 life cards of damage. That's kind of a neat thing. To get past Nail's lower power stages, you may want to actually build a deck of mostly life card damage physicals. It's kind of a neat idea. Okay, they pull out a blue tag to show whose turn it is to use as a turn marker. Okay, Malik goes ahead and puts down Red Destiny into play. He go ahead and enters combat anyway. He probably, I'm not sure if he powered up with Trunks there.
Top and then skip. I raise my number 1. And then I use Red Destiny.
Okay, so he enters with combat using the Red Ascension Mastery. He's going to banish one of the cards. We didn't get to see it, but it was red styled. It made Justin skip, and then he go ahead and activates Red Destiny in his second action during the combat, placing his anger at 4.
I'll do Nail's dashing attack, physical, 18 plus 4 stages, use a critical effect, I'll crit your anger.
Yeah, that is only going to mildly slow him down. He does do the wisest move given the scenario. He stops it with his Trunks power.
Stop it. I rejuvenate the card with the sword with the time my banish zone.
There was a red sword stab that had been banished in an earlier action. He got to rejuvenate that because Trunks level 2 power. Okay, he's going to go ahead and throw a red shoulder grab. It's a little less effective in Red Ascension than say it was in Red Enrage, but still very effective. So you remember that one. It's a physical attack. It raises anger 1 level, and then it's going to render all damage that Nail takes during the rest of his combat is considered to deal critical. So even 0 stage damage is critical damage. Okay, however, that affects all remaining attacks, not this one. He's going to throw Nail's physical. That's going to be a 2 life card physical. This is going to be rough.
I'm going to go ahead and use Red Shoulder Grab again. I raise my hero. It's considered to be crit.
Yeah, he had a second red shoulder grab. It's going to consider to do critical damage immediately, so he uses it to go ahead and lower Justin's anger 1 level automatically. He's going to go ahead and take 8 life cards damage from this particular hit. It's pretty significant. Okay, no critical damage though. Well, secondary crit. Obviously, it did critical damage to begin with because of the effect of the other red shoulder grab.
Physical attack. I skip my next action. This combat damage is 6 stages.
Hey, and I'm sure Justin will remember that the level 3 physical from good old Trunks there is going to deal critical damage because of red shoulder, unless that only applies to styled attacks. Okay, no. That one does do critical damage and lowers Justin's anger to 1. Ball 4 is placed at the bottom. Okay, both players pass, and Malik did enter combat, so it is going to be. Yes. Yeah, Justin, you know it. You drew a Dragon Ball.
No.
Yep, you have a dead card in your hand, Justin. You already know who started this. Oh, he's throwing the last one. Excuse me. He's throwing, I can't remember what this one is called. Red Clobbering Attack? I can't remember what this one's called. But it's actually a pretty heavy hitter and actually has the effect of raising Malik's anger, so it's going to be very effective. And in one combat, he simply had all of the anger beat out of him. Took a significant amount of damage, weeded out his dex endurance. It was a pretty bad combat for poor Justin. Okay, so Malik has actually hit level 4 passively outside of combat. That was the trick of it all. If you ever wonder what was the point of the whole Red Ascension Mastery, it was to do that. It was to allow you to be able to level at the end of a combat where you ended up with 4. An excellent, well-placed ball, too. All you do is ride out that incredibly painful combat from before. Yeah, and then I think he might have forgotten that he needs to discard good old... Oh, okay. For those of you who may not know, when you are de-leveled or lowered a level by effect like Dragon Ball 2, it's just the same effect as if you had leveled up, so you don't actually get to keep your drills. So you're not going up or going down, unless the mastery or some other card prevents it, you do lose your drills. So no reds, Trunks sword drill should not actually have produced an additional card in Malik's hand.
Namekian Chin Grab, Rejuvenate 1. Physical, anchored, 18 plus 3 stages, so what is it?
Okay, so he's throwing a Chin Grab, the auto rejuvenate on the immediate effect of it, raises his anger. It does hit and connect with good old Trunks, only doing 3 stages of damage. Let's rejuvenate his second card, raising his anger another level. So pretty significant. If he can avoid taking significant damage here, Justin will at least be able to get off of level 2. Here we do 6 stages. Looks like Justin is going to go ahead and absorb some of that damage and hope that he wicks enough off with endurance to not take critical damage. And his gambit pays off, and he does not take critical damage. He's going to go ahead and throw a second Chin Grab, rejuvenates Kami immediately, raises anger 1 level, and 3 stages. And against all odds, he has knocked Trunks to 0. Okay, on the hit, he rejuvenates the second card, raising his anger to 4. Okay, he's going to be throwing another red physical at him.
5.
Okay, he stops it with reinforced block. I forget actually what this was called. Basically, that's the one that lets you raise your anger and you can discard a Dragon Ball if you want in the process to raise your damage or your recurring attacks to +1. So usually that second part doesn't get used. That first part's pretty neat. A raise your anger block is hard to come by in Namekian style.
Trunks' physical.
Damage is 6 stages.
Okay, he uses Trunks level 3 power, the 3-stage or 6-stage physical. Takes all the hit. Okay, he's going to go ahead and activate the mastery. Now, he should have actually had to skip 2 times, but if you think about it, Justin's out of actions too, so you might as well just go again. Go red sword stab. Both Nail and Trunks are both at 0 power stages. Okay, the combat ends. He raises his anger at the end of combat, and like we said, that magical combo of ending up with 4 anger at the end of combat, and then the mastery pushing you just over. Okay, he's powering up good old Trunks on level 4. He's at 0 anger on level 4, which means he's pretty close by Trunks standards. Justin's at a significant disadvantage right now. It would be very difficult because if he begins combat, he'll be at 0 power stages. And he drew 2 unusable cards. Now, if anybody wonders what Namekian Restored was used for, why it was made, this kind of moment. Okay, Malik opens up with the use of his mastery, banishes the top card of his life deck, raises his anger. And then Justin's forced to skip, comes back, red right cross. That's the one, of course, that raises. It costs 4 stages to shoot it, but it gives 2 anger. So Malik's already at 3 anger on level 4.
6 stages.
His Nail's actually a pretty significantly low power stage disadvantage here. Could take a lot of damage. My goodness. He needed all the endurance to be able to deal with that. Okay, he did critical damage, so he's going to go and raise his power stages from the Red Ascension Mastery.
Because you used the mastery, so when I use this after I use my mastery. So,
yeah.
Okay, that's finally Justin's action. The only action he has is to go ahead and Namekian lift. That's the 5-stage physical, lets him place a Dragon Ball in play, or that he controls into his hand. None to target, it's just a 5-stage physical.
I control back to my hand. If I do, my other attack's still 1 stage.
stop it.
Okay, he uses one of the new red blocks to raise his anger automatically.
If you stop it, you gotta destroy the top 2.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Every time you stop any of level 2 Nail's attacks, it automatically destroys the top 2 cards of your opponent's life deck. And that's going to be it, fellas. You probably were counting it way ahead of where I was. Malik, of course, was having a 2 anger raising effect from good old level 4 Trunks, which pushed him well over. Your winner, MPV Trunks.